good afternoon. Welcome to Good Libations. I'm Ethel Andrews, and I am a mixologist. And you notice I say a mixologist, not the mixologist, because nobody holds a crown of being the very best anywhere. We're all different. We all do things differently. We all try to be innovative when we're a mixologist, so keep that in mind and never feel intimidated. At any rate, we're going to make another drink based on Jagermeister. And this drink is unique in that it is actually a dessert drink. So we're going to go ahead and use Jagermeister, or Jägermeister again, if someone insists on calling it. And we're also going to add chartreuse green to this drink. And we talked about chartreuse green and yellow before. These particular liquors are made, or liqueurs, are made by Capuchin monks in France, right in the Alps on the border of Switzerland. And they are unique because they involve over 140 different herbs, botanicals, and spices. And the chartreuse yellow is a bit sweeter and doesn't have the same alcohol content. The chartreuse green has more alcohol content, and we are going to use it in this particular drink. And this is like I said, a dessert drink. In fact, it is a root beer float, and I named it the Inside Scoop, which is kind of corny, but anyway. So what I'm going to do first of all is add some ice, and not an astronomical amount of it either. But you can add it in the percentage that you would like, but I don't like to put too much ice in this particular drink. I think it kind of ruins it. For one thing, it dulls the taste of the alcohol. And those nice ingredients that we were just talking about, that we talked about before with Jagermeister, and now we're going to use the chartreuse green. So I'm going to add some here. And then I'm going to add our lovely chartreuse liqueur here. And I want to try to get a good percentage here so that they don't cancel each other out, but rather they enhance one another. And then we're going to add a bit of orange. And this drink does require orange. You cannot swap out lemon in it like you can in some of my other cocktails. You got to use regular old orange. Squeeze an ample amount in. And then we are going to add ice cream, of all things. And in particular, we're going to add vanilla ice cream. If I can get this thing open without cutting myself. And we want to use a fairly good quality vanilla ice cream that has actual vanilla bean in it, not some cheap brand, because then you're not going to get that flavor that you need to get in this drink. And boy, this is one difficult little container here. And we don't want to add an overwhelming amount of vanilla ice cream. This is, like a float in a way, but if we add too much, then it's going to become like a kiddie type drink. So we got the vanilla ice cream in, we have the proper amount of alcohol in it, and now we are going to add the root beer. And this is actually quite a nice, unique dessert drink here. The Inside Scoop. And just for the sake of making sure that the ingredients distribute, I'm going to stir it a little bit. And now the taste test, which is the important part here. Got to get past the foam, though. Oh, that is really good. Nice combination of the chartreuse green and the Jagermeister. I'll tell you one thing, it beats a root beer float for sure. And I'm going to sit down again because my back is giving me a lot of trouble today. So again, we want to make sure that we put our own flourishes on drinks, that we strive for originality. And by the way, originality does not mean peculiarity. Like some people think that, oh, I'll add this ingredient, but if it doesn't somehow meld with the other ingredients, it's like cooking. You're going to have a drink that is unpalatable and unpleasant. It might sound very esoteric and clever, but when you taste it, it's not good. So keep that in mind too. Innovation is good, but not peculiarity. So this drink, the Inside Scoop, is really nice. It's a dessert drink that adults could actually enjoy and not feel like they're getting a sugar bomb or a kiddie type drink. And I have to have more because I like it so much. And again, to review, we used Jagermeister. We used Chartreuse Green. Yeah, don't use Chartreuse Yellow because it's sweeter and it is not as strong. So keep that in mind. Make sure that we use that one. And again, the complexity of all the herbs and botanicals and spices in these two liqueurs, the Jagermeister and the Chartreuse Green, is really unique and different. And it actually pairs perfectly with root beer, which is made, from sarsaparilla, dandelion, and burdock, supposedly, although this is a commercial root beer, so it wouldn't necessarily be that good. But anyway, those are the ingredients, plus a decent vanilla ice cream. And again, this is the Inside Scoop, and I think it's a drink that adults would enjoy, and the kids could have their root beer float. So we want to make sure that we try to make use of things in a unique way, not a stereotypical way. And Jagermeister, as we talked about before, tends to be mostly used with Red Bull to make a Jaeger bomb. But we can go way beyond that. We don't want to just stick to one drink. Like many people, when they use Scotch, they'll make a Rob Roy or a Rusty Nail, but they don't go on to other things. And in other shows, we've done a lot of different varieties of cocktails based on Scotch that people never even thought of before. And again, it's unfortunate because they're staying in a niche and they're not growing in their ability to make cocktails. So keep that in mind with Jagermeister. And Chartreuse has been used for decades in bars to make different cocktails. And one thing I want to add too about Chartreuse is it very nearly got put out of business during the years of World War I. There was interference with the production of it in the Alps at that time for some unknown reason. And then during the Nazi era, it was threatened again too. So it's amazing that those Capuchin monks managed to keep it going as they did. And what a wonderful thing to have too. A unique liqueur, again, that cannot be substituted with anything else. There's nothing even remotely like it. I think there's one, another French liqueur that is similar to it, but it doesn't really trade perfectly. So make sure if you're using Chartreuse Green and that's what is required, that's what you use, or Chartreuse Yellow, if that is required, that is what you use. Don't try to substitute it because it won't work. So again, this is an enjoyable dessert drink that an adult can actually enjoy. And even though it seems like it has, two somewhat sweet liqueurs in it, and ice cream and root beer, it actually is not overpoweringly sweet. And I think to a degree the orange cuts that, which is helpful. Don't leave the orange out. In fact, you can add a little bit of triple sec, Grand Marnier, or orange curacao if you would like. And that also will up the drink even more. But don't add too many sugary things to it. And again, our program is Good Libations. I'm Ethel Andrews. I'm a mixologist, and thank you for tuning into another episode. And let's keep our community safe by drinking in moderation or making sure that we have a designated driver. Thank you again. Goodbye.